A Fox and a Sunset Walk. Chapter 1. The First Encounter. One summer evening, a fox named Ko was strolling through the forest, captivated by the beauty of the sunset. The sun painted the sky red, making the entire horizon glow like a fiery canvas. As Ko walked, he noticed something shining at his feet. "What's that?" Ko asked, his curiosity piqued, as he bent down to look at the shining object. It was a small stone that glowed in the light of the setting sun. At that moment, Ko heard a gentle voice from behind him. "Hello, Ko. Thank you for noticing my light." Turning around, Ko saw the spirit of the sunset standing there. She was enveloped in a soft orange light and smiled warmly at Ko. Startled, Ko asked, "Who are you?" "I am you, the spirit of the sunset. Because you noticed my light, I would like to invite you on a special walk today," you replied. Ko, excited, said, "That sounds wonderful. Let's go on a walk together." Thus began Ko and Yu's evening walk. Yu led Ko to places where the sunset was particularly beautiful. They visited meadows, riverbanks, and hilltops where the sunset's glow was the most radiant. "The light of the sunset is very special," Yu began to explain. "It changes colors and shapes every day, offering new discoveries each time. From now on, enjoy the beauty of the sunset even more, Ko." Ko nodded and said, "Today's sunset is truly lovely. Seeing it with you makes it even more special." Yu smiled and replied, "Thank you, Ko. Let's continue to enjoy sunset walks together." That night, as Ko headed home, he felt a warm feeling spread in his heart. The encounter with his new friend, Yu, left a deep impression on him. Chapter 2. The Secret of the Sunset. The next evening, Ko arranged to meet Yu again. As they walked through the forest bathed in the light of the setting sun, Ko decided to ask Yu about the secret of the sunset. "Yu, why does the sunset change colors every day?" Ko asked. Yu smiled slightly and replied, "It's because the sunset marks the end of the day, and the colors of the sky reflect the events and feelings of that day. For example, today's sunset is a gentle and calm orange. It shows that the animals of the forest spent a peaceful day," Yu continued. Ko, impressed, said, "I see, so the sunset has such a meaning." At that moment, Yu stopped and said, "Ko, there is another secret about the light of the sunset. It holds a special power." Ko, surprised, asked, "What kind of power?" "The light of the sunset has the power to grant wishes, but the wish must come from a pure and sincere heart," Yu explained. Ko thought for a moment and then asked, "I have a wish. Can I try?" Yu gently nodded and said, "Of course, Ko. Focus on the light of the sunset and wish with all your heart." Ko closed his eyes and wished earnestly, "I want to keep watching this beautiful sunset with you." After a while, a warm light surrounded Ko, and the light of the sunset grew even brighter. Yu smiled and said, "Your wish has been granted, Ko. We can keep enjoying the sunsets together." Filled with gratitude, Ko felt a deep bond with Yu. Knowing the secret of the sunset filled Ko's heart with new hope and dreams. Chapter 3. Adventure with Friends. As the days of enjoying evening walks with you continued, Ko decided to embark on a new adventure. He invited his forest friends, Lily the squirrel and Mimi the rabbit, to join him in exploring the secrets of the sunset. Is it okay if Lily and Mimi join us for our walk today? Ko asked. You smiled and replied, of course. Adventuring with friends is a wonderful thing. Thus, Ko, Lily, Mimi, and you ventured deeper into the forest. Along the way, Lily excitedly asked, Is there really a secret to the sunset? Ko nodded and said, The light of the sunset holds a special power. Soon, they reached a particularly beautiful spot in the forest. It was a high hill where the light of the sunset spread across the sky. You looked around and said, This is a special place. Lily and Mimi were filled with awe and excitement. Wow! I've never seen such a beautiful sunset, Lily said, and Mimi added, It really is like magic. You smiled and said, This place is where the power of the sunset is strongest. Here, if you wish sincerely, your wish can come true. Ko turned to Lily and Mimi and said, Let's make a wish together. Lily closed her eyes and wished, I hope my family stays happy. Mimi wished, I hope all the animals in the forest live in harmony. Ko also wished again, I want to stay with you and my friends forever. Then, the light of the sunset grew even brighter, and a warm breeze enveloped them. You, watching over them, said, The power of the sunset is working to make your wishes come true. Through this adventure, Ko and his friends deeply felt the power of the sunset and the importance of friendship. New bonds and hopes were born in their hearts. Chapter 4: Overcoming Hardships. During their adventure, Ko and his friends faced unexpected hardships. One day, a sudden storm hit, with strong winds and heavy rain covering the entire forest. Ko, worried, searched for shelter with his friends. What should we do? The storm has made the sunset disappear, Ko said anxiously. You gently placed a hand on Ko's shoulder and said, It's okay, Ko. In difficult times, it's important to believe in the light within your heart and move forward. Lily and Mimi encouraged each other as they found shelter under a large tree, shielding themselves from the rain and wind. During this time, you enveloped them in a warm light, providing comfort. Once the storm passed, Ko and his friends began walking through the forest again. However, the landscape had changed, and they lost their way. Ko, worried, muttered, How can we find our way back? You quietly said, Ko, believe in your wish. The way will open up. Trust in the power of the sunset. Ko took a deep breath and strongly wished, Please let us return safely together. At that moment, the sunset reappeared in the distant sky. You smiled and said, Look, Ko. The light of the sunset is showing the way. Ko and his friends followed the light. Eventually, they reached the beautiful hilltop again. The sunset shone warmly, welcoming them back. Ko, filled with gratitude, said, Thank you, you. Your words gave me courage. You smiled and said, Overcoming difficulties makes you stronger. With wonderful friends by your side, you can overcome any hardship. Ko and his friends reaffirmed the importance of friendship and courage through this experience. New hope and strength grew in their hearts. Chapter 5: Eternal Bonds. After overcoming hardships, Ko and his friends treasured the time spent with the beautiful sunset even more. Every evening, they gathered to enjoy the sunset walk together, which became their routine. One evening, Ko wanted to express his gratitude to you. We have been able to spend such wonderful times thanks to you. Thank you, Ko said. You gently smiled and replied, "It is your friendship and believing hearts that draw out the power of the sunset." Lily and Mimi also said, "Being with you has taught us so much." Mimi added, "Let's continue to enjoy the sunset walks together forever." You, touched by their words, said, "Of course. We will always be together. The light of the sunset will always connect us." That evening's sunset was especially beautiful, the sky glowing golden. As they watched the sunset, they made a strong promise in their hearts: "Let's stay friends forever." You, watching over them, said, "The light of the sunset never changes, and so will your bonds continue forever." From that day on, Ko and his friends gathered every evening to enjoy the sunset walks with you. Their friendship and bonds deepened, and each time the sunset enveloped them, new hopes and dreams filled their hearts. Thus, Ko, you, Lily, and Mimi's adventure came to an end, but their bonds remained eternal. The light of the sunset would always connect them, wrapping them in warm hearts forever.